Piers, I think that's completely disingenuous. And I think anyone watching this
What are you
will know
talking
that.
about?
And so if you will allow me, please,
What
please
are you
stop interrupting
talking
me,
about?
okay? Did you invite me here to interrupt me, or are you going to let
I
me
think you're
answer the
being a
question?
complete dick, if I'm honest with you.
Okay.
I do.
Well, that's very kind and respectful of you.
It wasn't.
What up, my fellow common sense revolutionaries, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Nonsense with your favorite potter. You know your boy, OG Big Meaty, y'all. On today's show, y'all, we have laughter. Finally, y'all, we can get away from tragedy and get some laughter in our system, y'all. Because what we have here is the battle of the betas. It is the funniest thing you guys gotta see. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about is Piers Morgan slamming woke liberal Don Lemon on the Piers Morgan show. You guys gotta hear these two girly men hash it out. It's the funniest thing you guys can see. And now let's go. You guys got to see these two girly men hashing it out. Like, it is hilarious, y'all. And we're going to start this out by showing you guys the clip that really started this thing off, man, with Piers Morgan asking Don Lemon, do he feel like it's okay for men to be boxing women, y'all? Check out this. This is a classic, y'all. Let's go.
Clear to you. That's all I have to say.
Well, you
about
have.
it.
I'm
If
just
you
a bit
don't
startled
play the
by
tape
what
back if you don't understand.
No, I'm just startled by what I think I just heard, which is you seem to think it's okay for men to hit women in a boxing ring. Is that what you said? Clarify if you didn't.
I didn't say. I don't think it's okay for men to hit women anywhere.
So why would it be okay in a boxing ring?
Well, again, I didn't say it's okay in a boxing ring. I just said that's all I have to say about it. I don't think it's okay for men to hit women.
So
anywhere.
then it sounds like you agree with me that biological men should not be competing against women in a boxing ring.
Piers, no matter how hard you can try to, I told you, that's it.
It's not a gotcha question.
I'm not agreeing with you.
It's not a gotcha question.
It is not a gotcha question, man. Why you just can't say yes or no? You agree or disagree with men boxing and female sports? Because, guys, I clipped this before he explained his position on this. His position was that if women sign up for it, that's what they signed up for. He said, especially if they boxing, they knew who they was going to box. They knew what they signed up for, so they got to man up and take it. And no pun intended. Like, this is his position. So so Piers is asking him, so that's what you're saying? And this is what the problem with the woke movement was all about, because either you people saying stuff like this or you people won't deny the lunacy of stuff like this. So this is why we have these fucking woke debates. Y'all, now that's what started the contention. Now here's where it get heated, y'all. This is where the funnies begin, y'all. Check out these girly men. Let's go.
You agree?
But I don't believe in canceling people.
Right.
I think there's a lot of cancellation going on the right now, and I'm not comfortable with it.
Do you feel?
I wasn't comfortable with it on the left either.
Right. Do you feel you were a victim?
Now I'm gonna pause this right quick just to qualify this clip. Now in this clip, this is finna go. These people are finna. Now I'm gonna pause this right here just to qualify this clip, y'all, because in this clip, it's about to go down. And I'm only pausing it right here because in this clip, like, there's going to be some confusion on who initiated this conversation. Don Lemon is going to be alleging that Piers Morgan set him up with this question. But I pause right here just to show you that Don Lemon, in his own commentary, started the conversation with censorship. He the one started the censorship conversation, and Piers Morgan just built on it and used Don Lemon as an example of censorship. And this shit went berserk, y'all. Check it out.
Victim of cancel culture at CNN.
I probably, I don't think, I look at everything as an opportunity. Probably, yes. I'm sure that I was a victim of cancel culture, but I would say mostly on the right for cancel culture.
Y'all see? Immediately took the victim stance. Now, immediately, y'all. Now, Piers Morgan gonna point out, are you the victim here? or did you earn your dismissal? Like, was you canceled? Or did you do something so insensitive and horrific that it warranted your dismissal? Like, this is getting interesting.
For those who don't know what I'm talking about, this is what led to you leaving CNN. Let's take a look at the clip.
She says people, politicians or something are not in their prime. Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry. When a woman is considered to be in her prime in her 20s and 30s and maybe 40s.
This boy got his hands on his hip.
Not according to me.
Prime for what?
Oh my God.
It's just like prime. If you look it up, if you Google when is a woman in her prime, it'll say 20s, 30s, and 40s. I don't necessarily.
40s. Oh, I got another
I'm not saying
decade.
I agree with that. So I think she has to be careful about saying that.
When you watched that, Don, I happened to be watching that live, and I was like, "Whoa, what did you just say?" If you had a do-over, would you say that again? I mean, what led you to say that?
Piers,
I can tell you what led him to say that. I can tell you what led him to say that. That man think he got every right to talk about women's rights. He identified as a woman. So he understands women in the true sense. He identifies as a woman. So he can sit here and he can tell you why he feel women are at their peak at 40. Like, he identifies as a woman. This is why he said that. Like, but we'll let him explain himself. Let's go.
Let me just say this. I'm going to answer your question, but just so the audience knows, and I hope you don't cut this out, when I asked you what subjects you wanted to talk about, you know what you said to me? You said, I want to talk to you about freedom of speech in America and the response to Charlie Kirk's death.
Yeah.
Not once did you mention that we were going to talk about CNN or whatever. So, and had I known that, I probably wouldn't have accepted this interview. You have invited me on many times, and I tell you, Piers, I know you. I would come on your show, but I don't do panels. And so when you said I'm not going to be involved in a panel, I agreed to come on your show. But I thought you would also stick by the subjects that you told me that you were going to talk about.
Just to be clear,
rather than try to ambush me with something.
Just to be clear,
So,
you and I
yes.
haven't. Well, John, just to be clear, you and I haven't had any conversation about your appearance here. You're talking about my team talking to you.
Yeah, no, and I saw you, Piers, in a restaurant, and I said, hey, Piers, good to see you.
Yeah.
I would come on your show, but I don't do panels.
Right,
And
you're
I
not
said
on
the
a
same
panel.
thing to your bookers.
There's only one
and
of
so
you,
when
Don.
I asked you, and right, okay, and so, yes, and I said that's why I agreed to do it. But when you asked me, or when your team asked me what subjects, and I asked them 2 or 3 times, I have the text messages, what do you want to cover?
Yeah.
Not once was CNN mentioned. So I don't appreciate being ambushed. But let me answer your question
Ambush.
since
Hang on
we're
one
here.
second. Oh, Don,
Okay?
Don, hang on 1 second. Let's just be crystal clear about what's just happened. You brought up the subject of cancel culture. I asked you, did you feel your departure from CNN was an example of that? And you answered the question. And I think it's perfectly reasonable.
And I answered the question.
Perfectly reasonable. You brought up cancel culture and he asked you, have you been an example? Have you experienced cancel culture? Is your firing from CNN an example of cancel culture? It's a legitimate discussion to have when you brought up that subject, brother. I mean, right now, Piers is honoring in journalistic integrity. That's it. That's all.
Perfectly reasonable in that if you'd said to me, I don't want
Piers,
to
I
talk
don't
about
think
it,
it's-
fine.
I-
No, but no, so
Piers,
sorry. You said what you're going to say. By the way, we don't.
Disingenuous. I
Don,
don't want to get.
we
Piers,
don't
I
edit.
don't like arguing like this. I'm not going to get into an argument with you, Piers. I think that's completely disingenuous, and I think anyone watching that.
What are you
will know
talking
that.
about?
And so, if you will allow me, please.
What
please
are you
stop
talking
interrupting me,
about?
Okay. Did you invite me here to interrupt me, or are you going to let
I
me?
think you're
answer the
being a
question?
complete dick, if I'm honest with you.
I'm telling you, like, boy, I've never seen two men bait in such a more feminine nature in probably all of my 51 years of living. Like, I don't know if there's two men arguing or two women arguing. Like, I can't really tell the difference. Like it's the funniest thing to say. I think you're being a dick. He said this to a gay man, y'all. That has to be hilarious. I think you're being a dick to a gay man. and I can tell you, to me, Don Lemmon seemed like one of those ratchet, loud, ghetto gay people that on surface appears, on surface appears professional, but behind closed door can be a bit ratchet. And so, so you guys are gonna see it. You guys are gonna see him battling back the ratchetness after Piers Morgan told him he's being a dick. Like, watch the pause and watch. He got to reel in the ratchetness, because boy, was that boy finna get sassy right there. Check it out.
Okay.
I do.
Well, that's very kind and respectful of you.
It wasn't intended to be
I
kind or
don't like the
respectful.
homonym attacks. I could respond in kind,
You
but
can say
I
what you
won't,
like
because
about me, I don't
think
care.
that I am.
See,
I think
I told you. He like, boy. Y'all know them sassy gay men, man. Y'all know a lot. Heterosexual men are advised never to get into an argument or a debate with a gay man, because the shit they can say, the shit they will say, can be crazy. So you're better off avoiding those type of debates and conflicts with gay men. But Piers Morgan, being the fact that he's some British, I don't know what you call him. I would at least have to say Piers is at the very least metrosexual. Like, I don't give this man, too much alpha credit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but still, to see them go at it is hilarious to me, and something I thought worth sharing with you guys.
that I'm above that. I'm not going to do that, Piers. That's not who I am.
I don't understand
do
why you're
ad
playing the
hominem attacks.
victim
I
card
don't-
when
I
you
don't do personal
yourself
attacks.
mentioned cancel culture.
Because Piers, oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Let me do this.
What are you going to do?
Here we
Read
go.
out my
Do you
team's
want me to do
messages
this,
to you?
Piers? It should be embarrassing. Yeah, I can read out the team messages to you, because I
what
just
are
think
you
it's
prepared to
completely
talk about,
unfair,
then, Dom?
and you know that. I'm prepared to answer your question, and then I'm going to move on. I told you I'm prepared to talk about Charlie Kirk's death, the response to it, and cancel culture, and and freedom of the press.
So-
Freedom of
You talking about cancel culture or not,
Cancel
Let me
man?
just
culture,
answer.
or you weren't?
Unless you. No, I'm not prepared.
you're not
to talk,
prepared to
I
talk
can
about
talk
cancel
about cancel culture, but that has. Oh my God, Piers, could you stop interrupting me?
Not
are you
really.
trying
You're kind
to,
of
like,
exhausting
prove
me. It's
something?
ridiculous. Why would
All right,
you
do you-
react
do
this
you
way to a person
You
you're
exhausted
obviously,
me. Such
if you
a
mention
girly
cancel
boy.
culture,
Such a girly
obviously
man
it's
response.
rational and logical that I would ask you
Piers, can
whether you felt what
please-
happened to you at CNN was that I played the clip
Piers,
and then you throw
I've
a
given
hissy
you
fit.
a moment. Enough. I've given you your moment.
I don't
This
want
is
a
going to go
moment.
viral. So please,
I don't want a
enough.
moment,
Yes, you do.
Dom.
Otherwise, you wouldn't do this. Otherwise, you would be a respectful journalist and host, and
I
you
don't
would
think
let
I'll
me
take
talk, but you
lectures
keep
on being a
jumping
respectful
in
journalist
because
from
you
you,
want a
Dom.
moment. Oh my gosh, Piers.
I won't.
I can't even hear because there's a delay, and you keep talking. And what do you want me to do? Like rip the earpiece out in the mic and run off so you have a
No,
moment?
I don't care.
Are you
You
gonna
do
let me
whatever you
answer the
like.
question? Are you just gonna keep pillaring me with questions?
I don't know
and
why
badgering
you've gone
me
on this
and cutting me
weird
off
rant.
before
I don't
answer?
understand any of it. Why have you done this weird reaction? I simply asked you about whether you felt your departure from CNN was, in your eyes, an example of cancel culture. I played the clip,
Piers,
and
you're
I then
embarrassing
said,
yourself,
I then
and
said,
I tried
when you
to-
watch it back, do you
Piers,
really understand what you were saying?
This is why I don't do this, but you're embarrassing yourself, Piers.
Actually, you might be embarrassing
And
yourself,
you are-
Dom.
Well, let me clear that one up. Both of you guys are embarrassing. Just point blank, period.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, you might be. Have you thought of that?
Okay.
You're a journalist. You don't want to talk about a story, a massive story that involved you?
Piers, can we move on? You can let me answer the question, and then we can talk about the things that you invited
Sure.
me on to
Why
talk
don't you just
about.
answer the question to start with?
And we've gotten so far away from what you wanted me to answer that we're off into La La Land. So let me say something about that. The clip that you played had nothing to do with me leaving CNN, okay? And unless you know something that I don't know about me leaving CNN, then you should tell me about it. It had nothing to do. I worked there for months after that, so that had nothing to do with it. And so, I forget the other thing that you were asking me about in that clip. But
I asked you when
anyways,
you watched the
so
clip
let's
back,
move on.
if you could explain what was going through your mind, that's all.
Thank you. I think the key phrases in that clip, if you want to be honest, and I want you to listen to it, is that I'm not saying that I believe that. That's not according to me. What I was speaking for there is how society treats women. And someone like Nikki Haley should know if women have been discriminated against for centuries. She should be more careful than to say something that discriminates against older people. That's it. And so People took that out of context. No one puts in whenever they write about it that I said, I'm not saying that. I don't believe that. I said that very clearly there. So that is not the reason that I was let go from CNN. And so again, unless you know something, then go ahead.
Well,
and tell
as
me,
you
but
know,
that's
it was
not-
widely reported that was. So
that's not what I know.
So what was the reason?
Don't believe everything you read.
What was the reason?
I don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know.
No.
But it all happened after that incident. You know that.
Yeah. Well, Piers, everything happens after something. I don't
crazy.
understand what you're pointing.
He gave Piers a
Well,
bar
my
right
point is, I
there.
think it's quite newsworthy. If you say it had nothing to do with that, then it'll raise the obvious question.
I don't think it's newsworthy, Piers. That was 3 years ago.
right.
That's three. It's not newsworthy. That news means something that's new. This isn't new.
Right.
That was 3 years ago. That's
Okay,
been
it's the
all
first-
litigated.
it's the
You wanna
first
find
time-
out about it. You are free
Busting
to
Piers'
be able
ass
to
now,
read
yeah.
the interviews that I read. You're free to read.
Piers
the
most
statement
definitely is
that
clout
I
chasing
issued.
right
I mean,
now.
perhaps your folks should pull up the statement when I left CNN, and that can explain to you what happened. So this is nothing new.
You
It's
just
all
told me
water
you've
under
no
the bridge.
idea why you
I
were
have
let
moved
go.
on. I'm doing something completely different, and so that's that.
Right, but you just said you've no idea why they got rid of you.
You did just
Yeah,
say
I
that.
did.
So
how
you
do you
do
know it
know.
wasn't to do with the clip we just played?
I just said that. I just answered your question. Now, what else do you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about, Dom?
The subjects that you invited me on to discuss, Piers.
I thought that included free speech and everything
And
around that.
I know you're loving this viral moment. I just think that
I
you're
don't think
embarrassing yourself in
you
this
understand
moment,
what
but
me
go
at
on.
all. I've got nothing against you at all. Never have had. I was
Piers,
perfectly.
you think I don't understand you? Piers, I worked with you for years. I know more about you probably than most people who are watching this program and a lot of the people who are working with you.
Right. Why would I-
worked with your staff. I inherited your staff at CNN. I know way more about you than I would care to know. I know way more about how you do business and how you
Whoa.
approach journalism than I care to know. I have not been on anyone
Whoa. Piers.
else's show. I don't want to be on anybody's show. I don't want to do panel shows. I don't want to argue with people about things that are inconsequential. What we should be talking about right now is how to keep what happened to Charlie Kirk from happening to anybody else. That's where the conversation should be. But instead, you're trying to get a moment. You're trying to make some news out of something. But go ahead. Have your fun. But we should be discussing something that is productive to the American people instead of you going into the garbage and trying to find something that will, give you a moment or that you will, get a click out of it or more viewers for your program.
You sound very bitter, Dom.
No, that ain't something a female to throw at you. Boy, I'm telling you, man. This is crazy, but Don most definitely is bitter. Like, I mean,
Piers, are you kidding me?
No.
Bitter. I'm the happiest go lucky person ever. I'm just exposing your hypocrisy and how you lied to me about what you wanted to discuss.
I've never
That's
talked
it.
to you about this interview at all.
You don't have conversations with your producers? So your
About-
producers lied to me, or you don't?
No.
You're not that
You've
involved
admitted.
in-
You've
maybe you're
admitted
not
one
that
of the.
Piers, now stop bullshitting right now, man. You know damn well you had all this planned, man. You knew once that man decided he was gonna talk about freedom of speech, you knew you can tie that into censorship, man, and tie that into his CNN firing. You knew that just as sure because that clip was up and ready. Soon that man mentioned censor, you were like, let's go to the clip. You had that clip up and loaded. So you was gonna send this conversation down that path anyway. And this is what Don is telling you, man. That your bullshit is too obvious, man. So stop the bullshit, Piers. It's cool. We know that's what you did. We know you was going on some clickbaity shit. We know you was on some clout chasing shit. That's good. Y'all got your viral moment. Now cut it out. No, okay, girls. Stop the fighting, girls. Both of you guys made good points. Stop the fighting, girls. Let's go. Let's finish this out, y'all.
Subjects we
You're
wanted
not
to
that
talk to you
involved.
about.
You're not that
We
involved
wanted to
in the
talk to you.
editorial process of
We
your own
wanted to
show,
talk to you.
where they don't convey to you
By your own admission.
what you are.
You know what, Don?
That the guest
You know what, Don?
is going. What the guest is going to talk about.
You know what, Don?
on the
You
program.
obviously
Are
expected
you
some-
not that involved in the editorial process of your own show that you don't know that. Piers?
Already admitted that one of the subjects was free speech, and yet here you are getting enraged about me exercising my right to free speech to ask you a few questions.
Piers, I'm not enraged. I'm not enraged at all.
Seem
I think this is kind of
enraged to
funny.
me,
I'm not
brother.
enraged at all. I mean, it's kind of exactly what I thought, like, hey, I don't want to go on the Piers Morgan show because of the spectacle of it all. And so that's confirmation of that. But I'm glad you got this moment. This is a moment for me as well that's going to play out on social media. It's going to be good for me too. So go for it.
What moment do you think we've got?
What moment do you think we got? This dude is so patronizing.
Piers, come on.
Piers is a patronizing
Come on, what do you- I don't know
bastard, man.
Come on, let's do something that's more productive than this.
Well, look,
Let's be adults here, Piers. Come on.
honest.
All right, guys, that's enough of that. Enough of that. I just wanted to do that, man, because I've been doing too many videos surrounding tragedy and all this crap, man, with Charlie Kirk and all these other tragedies that's occurring, man, in these great United States of ours, man. So I just ran across this on my algorithm yesterday, and so I think I'm gonna do a video on that, man, and let my audience get some laughs off these two beta bred brothers, man, arguing and fighting, having a hissy fits. Is absolutely hilarious, y'all. But just wanted to show y'all that, man. So with that, y'all, I'm gonna end this video, man. Don't want this to be too long because it's really just satire. So until the end, man, until next time, man, you guys know my slogan, man. Stay out your body, man. Reside in your spirit. It's where your potential at. Until next episode, y'all. Peace, my beloveds.